Hey Maria, how are you
Yeah,
doing over
no,
there?
yeah, exactly.
Woohoo! And welcome back to the Garden of Creation. Now guys, I have an awesome one for you today. She is an incredible singer-songwriter, phenomenal performer, and a really good friend of mine. Today in the studio, we've got May Evans.
Woohoo! Thank you for that introduction.
So welcome to the Garden of Creation, May.
Very happy to be here.
So, hey, thank you. And yeah, how long do we know each other now? I think we know each other for like 3 years or so.
Yeah, like it right around the start of like my beginning as a singer-songwriter.
Crazy.
Yeah. I think 3.5 years now.
Oh, epic. And I think the first time I saw you perform was at Happy Foods and Health or something.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you were like the sound guy,
Yeah.
but also involved with the video
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And we just get to talking. And then later on, I needed a video man, and then you helped me out.
Ah.
And then after that, a sound guy as well.
Yeah, true. Small world, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell the people a little bit about where you come from, like your early childhood?
Gosh, well, I've been around Holland basically. Like I grew up, and I also did my school in my dance singing academy in Groningen, all up north. So let's try to say Groningen.
Groningen?
There you go, he can do it. Yeah, so up north, quite humble, but I already knew, like I always knew, if you have some dream, like involving creativity or like the stage, then you have to go elsewhere. Like in Groningen, it gets better and better and bigger, but like it's not the full market. So I already knew like I have to go the Randstad, so I have to go to the west. Then I spent like, I think like 9 months in Amsterdam.
Wow.
And then for almost 10 years in Rotterdam, which completely I fell in love with. It feels the most at home for me, yeah.
Oh, epic. I mean, that sounds like quite a journey, moved all over the place.
And now I came back to Amsterdam. So and in Nederlands, ik ben overgelopen.
Oh yeah? Boo! Nah,
Yeah.
just kidding guys. None of that
Sorry.
here. So when did you get into music?
I always say that I started singing before I could talk.
Oh, yeah.
And I started dancing before I could walk. Like as a little kid, I already was like in my own fantasy world, creating stories and plays and songs, and yeah, just having fun with that. And then I started first dancing a lot at like a kleine peuter, like a little kid. And I get more and more serious, and I was dancing, taking classes like 5 times a week. And I still loved singing as well, but it was just something that came naturally to me. I joined a kids choir as well, and then I did some performances with that, and it was just home to me. I never really realized that I was like doing something out of the ordinary or something that people dream of.
Yeah.
I just loved to do it so much, and yeah, my parents gave me all the freedom to do any class that I wanted. So that was very great to have that support system where it was just normal to just go for what you love. And then it got a little more serious than I did. It's a dancing and singing academy, and they have like a preschool thing as well. So like you go for like the varied HBO, like the university basically. But before that, during my middelbare school, I had the dancing and the singing classes like during my weekends, and next to the high school. And then I did like the full-on education to become like a performance artist, like the dancing, singing, acting.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so that was the whole journey. And yeah.
And you did this in school, or was it like a separate education?
It was next to school, like it was, and I had my high school, and I had those classes to prepare me to do like the academy, to really do like the uni. Yeah, and then it was the full-on like training, dance for like 8-9 hours a day.
Wow.
And I have 2 diplomas.
Okay.
Um,
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, it was very hard work, but we got there. Yeah, as a dance teacher as well.
Oh, insane. I did not know you were a dance teacher as well.
Well, I haven't really pursued that career anyway, but it's just really nice to, I had the opportunity to do both at kind of the same time because it overlaps a lot, like the performer's paper and the teacher's paper. So kind of the similar classes, but then extra classes, of course, for the teacher's degree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was the hard work, yeah, but made it.
Insane. So what do you not do? You're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a producer, you're a dancer, a dancing teacher. I see that you do the whole workout. You've got this like crazy workout routine.
I love work. I love working. I was like, as a dancing like background, I don't dance anymore. Like I'm not a dancer. I've never really been like a full professional dancer. Like I have the degree and I did a lot of musical theater, but there are beautiful professional dancers that really have that as a career, and I've never had that as a career, and it was never my dream anyway. Like the musical theater, that was my dream. So I got on stage for a couple of years. That was great to have that as a professional career. Having a background in physical activity, like I always loved sports, but I think it was like around 2018, 19 where I really felt that 19 where I really fell in love with like the crazy workouts.
Yeah,
that
I'll see you. I'm like, no, thank you. That's.
It has been a while though that I've done that. It's mostly a gym here in Rotterdam that really does it the way that I love it, like to be triggered and challenged every time you step in. So that was fun times. Yeah. No, so I love to challenge myself in those ways. Yeah.
Epic. And do you have any like extracurricular activities that are not a profession that you also enjoy doing?
Not that much though. I think we as creatives, we just turn our hobbies into our careers, and then it's not a hobby anymore.
Very true.
Yeah, but what I do love, I teach now in as like a side gig. I teach reformer Pilates, which I really love to do. It has all of the challenging ingredients, but it's a little different than traditional Pilates, which I don't really prefer.
Okay.
It's a little like it's on the mat, and it has a lower tempo, and it's so hard, and it's so I think it's even harder because you don't have anything distracting you, like no music or no hard push, or like it's really controlled, which is so much harder to do.
Wild, yeah.
And next to that, I sing for people with dementia.
Okay. Oh, wild. I didn't
Also
know
like
that.
a side gig thing. Yeah, but it's such beautiful work to do. So I do that like once a week.
Epic. So what made the choice, or how did you come to the realization that you want to do this, that you want to sing for people with dementia?
I've seen other professional singers do that like as a day job, and I always thought it was a beautiful way to connect. That's like my core thing is my core dream and purpose was always storytelling, and next to that, or maybe like as a result from that, it's the human connection. And that's basically what comes together in this work. You connect with the people that are actually not really here anymore, and some days they still stay disconnected, but some days you finally see that they're there, the light goes on in their eyes, and it's just beautiful to do.
Epic.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're on the topic of music now, and we all know that you when did you release your EP? Was it last year?
It was, oh God, I have to say it right. I was 2022.
So almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wild. Okay, that was some time ago. It
Yeah,
was
sometimes
an
you
epic
get-
performance, I'm not going to lie. It was cool seeing you on stage with the band and the backing singers.
It was really cool, yeah.
Phenomenal experience. And so this year you want to release a few more tracks, right? Some old, some new as well?
Yeah, well, they're all, like, for the people that haven't seen me before, they're all new, and a lot of songs are new,
Okay.
or they haven't even been finished writing yet.
Yeah.
Last year I did some releases as well, some remixes and some singles, but definitely not like a full project that I'm working on now. Actually, a lot of the songs were the first things that I've ever written, but I have found now the courage and the vision how to do it the way the songs really deserve.
True, because that's also another thing that people don't really take into consideration. They think like, oh, you've written the song, it's done now, like, so why has it not been released? But they don't actually realize that there's so much that goes into this,
So much.
you know, and not just even on the production side, but on the emotional side as well,
100%.
you know, like, am I ready to release this to the world? Like, 'cause sometimes we're not ready to have the world see that part of you, you know. So.
100%, because it's not like when the song is done and recorded, or even not recorded, but like that's like the very first step of like the 100 steps you have to take to make it into a success. I could write songs, record, and put it online. You could do that as well, and it also has something to say for it. But if you really want to make it into a success, or you really want to reach the right people with it, you have to be ready to tell that story over and over again, and make all the content for it, to go to all the radio stations and stuff like that, you know, like you have to be ready to dive into that one story.
True.
That's what it feels like to me.
True, very true. And do you have, like, when you write a song, do you have a specific like ritual that you go through when you write, or does it start from a different point every time?
Well, I started writing like Corona time, so the period where everyone is home, and I didn't have any work. Like I was basically like unemployed, because I wasn't allowed to work. So
Fun
I had
times, right?
Fun times. It was actually, for me, it had so much like a silver lining to it, because I had all the time to do development and to do the research, like who am I as a songwriter, what is my process, and not to have the pressure of deliverance. True. And actually the last year and a half, like since releasing the EP, I kind of felt that pressure of like, okay, what's next? You have to deliver to be relevant. And that's, I think, a struggle for like almost every recording artist you can find. So I had to go through a lot of processes, which I am very grateful for now, to let that go and to think of like, okay, but what's your story? Why did you start writing? So I did learn that if you don't have all the time in the world, like we had in Corona, I have to put myself up to the task, because at those times I could just like live my life and inspiration would come to me so often, and I didn't have to make it come to me. And it still doesn't work like that now either, but I do have to arrange and plan the time, like, okay, it doesn't matter. I also have to remind myself of that, like it doesn't matter if something will come out or not, but you have to sit and write or just daydream. I think that's my ritual. Just start to daydream, start to have that conversation with your heart, like, okay, what's going on? What is on your heart? What needs to come out? Sometimes it's a line, sometimes it's a melody, sometimes it's an emotion that I don't have the words for yet. And then that's the whole process of like, okay, what are the words? You know the feeling, you feel the feeling, but how can you express the feeling?
Very true, very true. And I like the thing that you said about just actually having the discipline and taking the time and sitting down and trying to do something. Because I feel like as a creative, a lot of us are kind of just like waiting for that moment of inspiration before we actually do the work. And we forget sometimes that it's like anything else. It takes discipline. You got to sit down and just do the work. Even if you don't get the whole song in one sitting, if it's just like you said, a melody or a line or something, that is already such a big step in the right direction.
And even when I'm driving or in the shower or just having a walk or doing a workout, you know, or getting bad or good news, like the inspiration will hit me anyway. But then, you know, record it on your phone, you know,
the best,
really
like the
quickly,
lifesaver.
100%. I have it, like tons of that. Or on a holiday, I'm like I get so inspired, or like I get touched by being in nature. So I feel all these feelings as well. But that's actually not really where the discipline lies for me. The discipline lies in, okay, make an arrangement, make a date with a guitarist or a piano player, or make a date with yourself. That's where the discipline comes in. So the inspiration can hit me anytime anyway. Sometimes for months it doesn't really. Sometimes I really have to pinch myself a little bit, like, okay, maybe watch a sad movie to get triggered,
true,
you know, or listen to an album that used to have so much impact on you, or an artist with a new album you haven't heard yet. You know, sometimes I have to remind myself, go get triggered.
Yeah.
That's basically
it sounds weird, right? But it helps
go get
so much.
triggered in any possible way. Like there's an old colleague of mine who lost her mother recently. She's a lot older than me, so different time in her life, but still losing a parent. And she wrote like a book about it, and they made like a whole beautiful documentary about it as well. And I got so touched by the words, the vocabulary that they used. Also, it got me triggered, you know? So now I have to make that appointment.
Of course.
With me or with a pianist to finish it.
Yeah. No, epic, because now we're touching on a less cool subject, and it's a little bit about the song that you did for us in the studio today.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's actually the very, very first song, the very first words I've ever written myself. And it's about my father. He passed away in 2016, already 8 years ago.
Condolences.
Thank you. And he was, first of all, a wonderful human being. He taught me and my sisters a lot about the beauty in life, and always finding the nuances, even in the shittiest news. You can always find some silver lining and maybe even laugh about it. And that's basically what this song is about as well. Like, okay, there are so many things that you are missing, but I also have a sense that you still experience it all, but then through my eyes.
Lovely.
And there are so many things of him, so many character things that I recognize in myself, that I know he's within me, like he's living through through me. And I had to write this song. Had to be written. It was, from my feeling, it was already in the air, and I just had to finally had the space and the time and the space in my life. Like, I had to grow a little years more.
True.
Get a little older to understand all those big feelings. So I think it was like 4 years later, then Corona time, 2020, 4 years later, that I finally found the words for my grieving process.
Wow.
And actually some days I don't really think about them anymore. And that also comes with a lot of guilt and confusion. Like, shouldn't it be harder on me? Shouldn't I feel worse or think about you more? Or this feeling that I feel that you're still near, will that go away? Like, it's still a weird, confusing process, grieving, and it's different for everyone, and it's different every day.
Yeah, true.
But it felt so good and such a relief to be finally honest about all those feelings. And that's what writing does for me. Like, I have all those feelings, I put them on paper or on my phone, on my mic, and then I can let it be a song, and then it's out of me, and then I can look at it from a distance, and then I see, like, oh, all those feelings in grief, they're all valid, and they're all in one package, and it's beautiful. Yeah.
Lovely said. And I mean, it's a fantastic song. The lyrics are really beautiful. The arrangement is amazing as well. I know you've got multiple arrangements, but
I do, yeah.
The one you did for us today was phenomenal. So,
thank you.
Well, that being said, I'm going to let May Evans take it away, and this is her single, Papa.
Er zijn steeds minder mensen die jou hebben gekend. Want er zijn zoveel dingen die ik nu niet meer ben. Maar er is zoveel in mij van jou dat ik herken. Dus ben je hier in mijn spiegelbeeld. Ik durf niet te zeggen dat ik soms niet aan je denk. Het doet pijn te beseffen dat een nachtmerrie ook wendt. Er is zoveel dat je mist. Nog zoveel meer dan ik toen wist. Is er tijd, kon je kiezen? Is het mooier dan je kent? Zie je mij, voel je liefde, waar je dan ook bent? Of ben je hier, in mijn spiegelbeeld? Ik zie je niet, alles voelt verkeerd. Ben je hier? Zeg het alsjeblieft, zonder jou weet ik het niet meer. Er is zoveel dat je mist. Nog zoveel meer dan ik toen wist. Er is zoveel dat je mist. Nog zoveel meer dan ik toen wist. Nog zoveel had je moeten zien, maar nu misschien zie je het door mij. Maar nu misschien ben je hier bij mij.
And there you have it, Papa from May Evans. Fantastic, beautiful arrangement, well sung. I mean, she's got an amazing voice, guys. I don't know if you noticed that by now, but she's a phenomenal singer. So tell me, do you have any new albums or tracks or anything in the pipeline that you want to release this year?
I have a lot of music that either was written in that first period of time and songs that have been written in the past a month or so. And I'm really looking forward to releasing all of that. I don't want to jinx things because nothing is really set yet. Yeah. So I'm not going to say a lot more about that. But there's really a lot going on. Well, in my head, at least, a lot plans are in the making.
Awesome.
And yeah, the plans that we have set out now, it will take me to like mid-2025.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, big plans.
Big plans, yeah, I love it. I can tell you that I'm definitely looking forward to your shows, and I'm definitely looking forward to the upcoming singles.
Me too.
I want to hear them. I want you guys to hear them. Please, where can the people find you online, social media?
Yeah, I'm everywhere on May Evans Music.
Awesome, and that's everywhere, guys. That's Spotify.
YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, what do you have? Instagram, Facebook, I have a website. Yeah, all of that.
We'll put everything in the description so you can make sure to follow her and listen to all her awesome music.
I also have a newsletter, so yeah.
Epic. Sign up for the newsletter, guys. You don't want to miss it. May Evans is a very active artist. She has phenomenal music, phenomenal performances. She's going to be doing a couple of nice acoustic performances this year. So we hope to see you guys there. May, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me today and giving me a bit of your time and performing some awesome music from me as well.
No, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, Darren.
And I look forward to the next time we do this. Cheerio!
Bye!